That's bad.
Got a few more goodies that showed up for Jack. We got our oil feed line, our 10 AN oil drain. I know some people like to use 12 AN. I've never had any issues with the 10. And then, yeah, it's probably good to just drop spark plugs like that. Here's our pluggy boys, our air temp sensor. I might try to put that in the intake somewhere. I'd like to put that in the intake somewhere. Here's our drain off the turbo, the fittings for the 10 AN, IAC and TPS, a couple clamps for the intake charge pipe. I'll show you that in a second. I don't think I showed that in the last video. I might have. No, the last video was the dune buggy video. Fitting for the oil feed. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. What was I going to show you? Oh yeah, I was going to show you the charge pipe. Let's take a look at the charge pipe. I got this taken care of the other day. God, I can't wait to clean this garage. This place is a mess. Alright, so got the radiator hoses made, upper and lower, so that's all done. Need an overflow for the radiator. That's not a big issue. That's not going to prevent us from running. Got the charge pipe made. Those welds turned out pretty spicy. I think it turned out real good. Got plenty of air gap by the hot side there. This is a 3.5-inch pipe, so I had to get a different clamp. I didn't have one that would work. And then luckily all these other ones I had. This was just a 45 that we cut. So get that done. I would like to put the intake temp sensor on the actual intake, but we'll probably end up putting it in this pipe here. Just out of ease, I suppose. Still waiting on the fuel pressure regulator. Hopefully that's here today. I'll check on that. It should be here in the next couple days at least. And then I can get the fuel lines all finished up. Let's see, I need to make one from the filter up to the regulator, and then from the regulator to the rails, and then from the regulator to the return, or back to the cell. So I just need 3 lines made, mount the regulator. We'll need a vacuum reference to the regulator, like a boost reference. And then I can, that was a fun sound, I can get the ports and everything made for the MAC valve. I've got a spare 4-port. Got a spare 4-port that we're going to toss on this thing. I like 4 ports. I got a 4-port on the RX-7 here. That once I get the PID settings figured out, right down there, you can get an idea. Once I get the PID settings figured out, I think this thing's all good. This thing's actually good enough to, I think, take out to the track again and see if we can get a 5 out of it. Or, you know, whatever number we get. Ultimately, I just want to have fun and want a good, consistent car. I was playing with this thing the last couple days trying to get it to consistently build boost on the 2-step, because the consistency is the issue with this thing. And I think the converter is just too tight for the foot brake, and I think that's what I'm fighting with it. Because I had the 2-step set at 3,000 RPM, and it would get up to about 5 pounds of boost, and it would, you know, it would get there. It would kind of struggle to make any more than 5 pounds. I raised the 2-step from 3,000 to 32, which is like the maximum the brakes can hold, and it made it up to 10 pounds really quickly. So I think if I had like a 3,500 stall converter in this thing that I could foot brake, then that would cure most of our issues. Because the only thing is just being able to leave consistently, and the PID settings on the boost controller, because the boost will come up and then it'll like start to correct, and it's just, I just haven't taken the time to really fine-tune that. But made big progress with that the other day. Got the back of the car all fixed. I think one of the next track days we'll take this thing out and see if we can get a decent number with it. Someone, I don't know if I have it in the car still. Yeah, someone commented on one of the last videos that I never show time slips to back up my claims. That's not the right one. Oh, this is the one. Well, like, first off, here's a 6.5 coasted to a 10.3, but the car's been 9.5 at 140. Oh, this one's also a 6.5. That's funny. Coasted to a 10.1. I must have the time slip inside. But yeah, it's been 9.5 at 140 with a 140 60 foot. And to get an idea of how small these tires are, that's a 28 10.5. That's a 26 850. So that's what we're rocking with. It just really bugged me when that, I don't remember who it was, but they were like, you never show times and make all these claims of the cars. Like, all I do is show times, whether it's good or bad. I feel like I've shown so many failures that it was kind of a slap in the face. But yeah, the car's been, like I said, 9.5. It went 6.06 in the 8th. Yeah, so close to a 5. That's kind of the goal for the end of the year, is get a 5.99 and then just mess around with it, get the truck together, get the Fiero together, and slowly get to work on that thing. And the best Jack has ever been was with the, I think it was a 355 small block on a 150 shot. It went 12.20. Yeah, this truck's never lived up to its potential, but I'm super, super stoked about this latest incarnation. Like, I've always loved this truck. That's why we kept this. We originally bought this truck as a flip. We bought it for $600 in Lansing, with a small block and a Turbo 400 already swapped in it. This same Turbo 400 that we had rebuilt, actually. We bought it for $600. Not running. We got it home, and all we had to do was run a power wire to the distributor, and it fired right up. But yeah, we're starting to see the light at the end of this rusty tunnel. So I need to get the oil lines made for the turbo. I'll probably just knock those out real quick. They're nothing exotic. You guys have seen videos of people making braided lines before. I've already got, and you can't really see it, but I've already got the fitting above the filter there for the oil feed. So I'll just make that and route it somewhere that it won't get melted. Same with the drain. We're going to right there. I can get the plugs in it. I can get the coil packs on it. The plug wires look like they should be good. They're not touching. I might try to like twist that one so that it's just stays tighter to the motor, but it looks like everything should work. Yeah, we got our Snake Eater Performance injectors in here. You guys saw that in one of the last videos. Again, if you guys need anything from Snake Eater, 10% off using code Snydertron. So yeah, I'm just going to get to work, and then, man, like I said, we're seeing the light at the end of this tunnel. We got oil lines, coil packs, plugs, plug wires, mount the fuel pressure regulator when that shows up, make the 3 fuel lines, a little bit of wiring. I got to wire in the relays for the fuel pump. I'm going to be running 2 relays for that, one from each battery. We got 2 batteries in the back. Wire the fan, wire the trans brake. I really hope that the new shifter should be here in the next couple weeks, because I don't want to get the trans brake wired up and then have to like cut the wires and redo that. Oh, I gotta get a thing for the alternator too. So yeah, like I said, we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. So yeah, I'm going to start making the lines for the turbo, get that all set. I think I still have some heat sleeve to go over that to keep them protected. And then just start knocking stuff out. Actually, real quick, it occurred to me that probably not a lot of you guys, or not enough of you guys, know about the quick and easy way to get these AN lines together. So put your line in a vise or something to hold it, put that in a socket, click that F-er in reverse, and then bam, right on there. And then for these, just a little bit of WD-40. The 4AN lines I find are the hardest. The bigger like 8s and 10s and 12s, they go together really easy. Just go like that. I like to, on these smaller ones, hold the line so I can feel if it starts to push out. And boom. Just like that, it's all done. That took, what, 40 seconds? I know I've shown that before, but for anybody who maybe hasn't seen that or doesn't know about it, it's a lifesaver. It makes putting these AN lines together so much faster, instead of trying to force it on by hand and cutting yourself up. Alright, so now I've got to get this thing tossed on there, measure the length, get it cut, and put the new one on. So with the power of YouTube magic, bam, there we go, oil line, all done. Now we're going to go to a hydraulic place to get the power steering line made, because the Dirty Dingo fitting that I've used on 97,000 other vehicles won't work on this. So we got 2 ends that'll work. We're just gonna have them put a union in, and then that'll be taken care of. So let's go to the hydraulics shop.
That wasn't far.
How's that look?
Good to me.
You can see this was coming this way, and this was just a little offset this way.
Yep, that's power steering. This will be bent around. Yeah, looks good to me.
All right. For a change.
Yeah.
That's so cold.
Perfect. Alright, the power steering line fits absolutely perfect. Couldn't have gone any better, aside from if we just had one that was already made in one piece. I don't know. Let's see, you saw that I got the oil feed line made, and then what you didn't see was me breaking it as I was trying to tighten it down there. The fitting literally just came apart. The oil drain is all done. I just have to screw it into the pan down there. Should work perfect. Got the coil packs on, got the injector harness on, and all plugged in. It's turning out pretty good. It's pretty well concealed. I got the harness for the wideband ran. Gonna run it down like this, and then take up some of the slack, but that'll go into the dump pipe about like that. Keep it away from the headers. I've got that off so that I can weld the O2 bung in there. Haha, bung. We got the spark plugs in it and gapped. And I found a dipstick for it. Just have to clean that up and then we can stab that in there. So we're trucking right along. Things are going pretty good. Too good. Suspiciously good around here. So yeah, once we have all that done, more or less, the only things left to do to the engine bay is run a few wires and eventually make some lines to the catch can. That's not crucial. It's not going to stop us from running. We could just get some adapters to run barb fitting, or like some fittings to run barbed hose right to the valve covers. That's, like I said, it's not going to stop us from running though. Just a handful of little stuff. This truck, we're making some pretty darn good progress on it lately. So I got the dump pipe over here, got a little mark on it, took the drill bit, tapped it to dent it in so that the bit doesn't try to wander. And then I might start with this one actually, whichever one's sharpest to get the pilot hole, and then we'll use this to step up. And then get that, plop that in there, run a bead around it, and we're good to go. And I'm pretty sure this is also stainless. If it's not, oh well. Alright.
This one broke?
What one?
The temp sensor.
Yeah. I'm making good progress. Got the oil line fixed. Got the bung welded on for the O2 sensor.
I think so.
And we have a new plan for the plug wires after trying 4 different sets. I'm going to order a set of the universal ones, then I'm going to bring them off that and around behind and then underneath. They're, I think, $50 for the set on Summit, like the Dragon Force ones or whatever. So I'm going to get those ordered. But just got the IAC and throttle position sensors in. Now I'm going to put the IAT, intake air temp sensor, on the intake charge pipe here. I want to put it on the intake manifold, but it'll be fine here. And then down the road, might put a air to water intercooler over here. Then we can run the pipe there and then back this way, and we can keep it up there. So I got the hole marked where I'm going to drill that and then thread it. I might have to build up some weld around that to really make sure that there's good threads on it. But on the RX-7 it lasted for, actually I never had any issues with it, just into the intake, or yeah, into the charge pipe. But when I redid it, I put it on the lower side of the manifold underneath the intercooler, and it seems to work well there. It'd be nice to put some Rife sensors in it. So yeah, I need to figure out what size I need. New one of what? Oh, I said pull it out of this motor.
What?
We gotta pull it out of this motor. I was gonna order a new one, then I was like, well, we got that one sitting there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna get this drilled out, and then we can get that back on. Man, my aluminum welding's been doing pretty good lately. Check that out. I might build up before I drill it out just for the heck of it. Alright. Got some fresh race oil in it. Got it at the proper level. Air temp sensors in. Yeah, everything's looking good. So yeah, I think that's probably about it for this video. Got a bunch of stuff wrapped up on it. Still have a little bit of wiring to do. Like I said earlier, the 2 relays for the fuel pump, the fan, trans brake. The ignition's all wired up. So, just little stuff like that. But that is going to do it for today's video, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, clicking that bell. We'll see you next time.